Happy Monday. Good morning. So I'm going to quickly build upon last week's tool, the GWC, get it, want it, capacity to do it. So this is the people analyzer, and this brings it all together. This may be one of the tools that probably top five that I've had people ask me over the years, um, specifically how to use it. So there's a few things you kind of have to have in order for this to be effective. So you have to have company core values. If you do not have company core values, this won't be a very valuable tool, or actually, there will be no value, in my opinion, unless you're only looking at get it the GWC. I'll give you a little more context. So, as you're I mean, really at the end of the day, assuming you have core values, but this is I'm gonna extend this knowing the people that are whether you have one team member or you have outsourced vendors, consultants, people in kind of your ecosystem. Here's what I would look at. If you have core values that are like magnet core values for the way you want to do business, you want to go through this. And so as you see in this particular example form on the video, I've included a blank form, but if the value is, let's just say it's integrity or it's work ethic, or I'm going to be a little generic here, but it's either a plus minus, or a minus. And so you got to think through, in the end, what you really want to do is you want team members that are a plus in all the core values. And then when you think about the core values, you also think about the gets it, wants it, capacity to do it. So you're either a plus, plus minus, or minus in all of those things. And really, if you're a plus minus, if you're a minus in any of it, there needs to be a really uncomfortable, but yet radically candid conversation that's had about that and understanding what the reasons behind it. But one thing that as I've been thinking about this could be used externally. In fact, I know of some folks that use this with their vendors, and if their vendors aren't a fit, and when you kind of assess vendors or consultants that you work with, and you're trying to understand where maybe there's some gaps, they're not if they're not really if they don't fit your people analyzer here. And I mean, you can kind of think, do they get it? Do they want it? Do they have the capacity to do it? And then you just basically say, hey, look, you're not a fit for what we're trying to do here. So happy to review this individually if anyone's got any specific questions, but I found this tool to be extremely powerful internally, externally, as I've tried to understand, like when you think this person isn't a perfect fit and I can't really understand why, and you're trying to quantify it maybe in KPIs, and that's important as well. But in the end, if they don't fit, it's sort of like a cactus in the rainforest, or a what's a good. I'm not a botanist here, so I'm probably shouldn't be using this example, but the adverse to that, in the desert, a, a plant that requires lots of rain or lots of shade, isn't going to survive in the desert. Whereas a cactus, anyways, you get my example here. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Thanks.